I just said anyone but Cypher, I'd be really stupid. So I gotta go with Cypher.
I'll say 7.
You gonna go with 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so Cypher versus Sev3n in this quarterfinal. We're on 7 to begin with. So he does pick up the Rocket LG. Mega's still up. It's gonna be very delayed. Maybe he doesn't have a crouch button. Some people don't have crouch buttons. It's like super useful, even in moving, like jumping around.
Yeah, I mean, defrag, I gotta have a jump button, crouch button.
Yeah, you gotta have that. And there you go.
Can I change my prediction, please?
No, you can't do it. No, sorry. You're stuck. Hey, where's your faith in Sev3n? It lasted a good 30 seconds.
It just showed me that he doesn't really play this map very well. Like, you wouldn't usually do what he did. And
yeah,
I think I have a recollection of him talking about not really playing well on this map.
Also, the lack of a crouch button is quite depressing. Because, you know, there is... No, actually, no, I won't finish that point. I was going to say, I played Quake for 1, there's no crouch in that game, and I miss it when I play it. So, 2-0 already. Cypher, he's another one of those players where you're like, okay, who's he bringing today? Is he bringing Cypher today, or is he bringing some weird kind of online Cypher that doesn't care, or...
Yeah, but he looks like Cypher today, and his aim is really on. Like in these first rails he hit, weren't easy ones at all.
He's always a joy to watch, is Cypher.
Great damage from Sev3n, despite losing a lot. He's also keeping Cypher below like a complete stack, which is good as long as he's able to capitalize on it, as long as he's able to at least get a weapon and keep doing damage.
Okay, so this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to be. Cypher already setting the tone. Back-to-back rails. I'm so sad he wasn't with the Quake on.
What is going on with that?
So Cypher...
Is that the first one he's missing?
Yeah, he's hit 9 of 10 rails so far, which is 90%. Even I can do that bit of math.
That is pretty impressive. And those weren't easy rails. Those were Cypher rails.
Cypher rails, yeah. And Sev3n is someone who can rail well also, but if someone's like, if Cypher's out aiming Sev3n, then where is Sev3n's advantage? I don't know if he can have one against Cypher if Cypher's already out aiming him.
Well, Cypher's out aiming pretty much everybody. What can be your advantage against Cypher is if you are incredibly good at controlling a map, which is not Cypher's strong suit. But I think Sev3n and Cypher have pretty similar strengths as far as the game is concerned. Both are very good aimers, very good combat skills, understand, and they're both very good at reading their opponents. But I think Cypher just a little bit better at all of those things than Sev3n, so this might be pretty one-sided, actually.
And not to mention the tons of experience he has to draw upon whenever he gets in like a hard spot. And that's like a really huge difference between like experienced players and not so experienced players. Is that experienced players, like they have so many games that have happened, that they've seen so many situations. It gives them like this level of comfort, even in things that they maybe have never seen before, or situations which they didn't predict. They still can be comfortable just because they're used to dealing with unpredictable situations. And again, brilliant damage, brilliant connections from Cypher. There's not much more to say than that. He's on point at the moment, and Sev3n's really feeling a lot of pain, and Cypher's not even thinking about like how much he's hitting. He's just shooting rails. Like he gets a shot opportunity to shoot a rail.
45 HP though. This might be a chance for Sev3n if he picked up a rail. But I think he just still only has a grenade launcher and ran away from that situation. Despite Cypher just seemingly dominating Sev3n every way he wants to, he's only got a 5 frag lead, so this is definitely still possible for Sev3n. And like I remember I played Cypher once in the FACEIT season final, and I also got pretty much dominated like the first couple of frags and lost the lead pretty quickly. But Cypher is not that good out of control when he doesn't take his opponent seriously. And so Sev3n was able to get control back, and Cypher didn't really feel like Sev3n was really a challenge to him, and didn't play 100% focused. This could still be a game worth watching.
Yeah, it seems that way. So Cypher has 200 arm. I mean, you mentioned before, you know, the control isn't his strong suit, and perhaps he will go for shots over control. But look at that, he dives in at the point where Sev3n wants to commit on that red. Sev3n put his entire game plan on stealing that red, and Cypher just denied it. And now Cypher He's got all the weapons he could ever hope to use, and there's not much Sev3n can really do there. And Cypher going to go for the interception. Brilliant rocket there, gets the frag, 7-0. Cypher, he's hit the halfway point in this game, and he's not even breaking a sweat.
It definitely looks that way. He's just so confident in everything he does, every single move.
Oh god.
And he's so relaxed. It's just now his dodging was so relaxed, not tactic at all. He just moved like to the right and then he'd stand still for half a second and he'd move to the left just to dodge the rail shots. So he's playing with such confidence right now. It's quite impressive.
And Cypher, yeah, at the moment, he's just going to keep stacking up. I mean, Sev3n doesn't... Like, there's always those plays you can make where you invest a few deaths in being able to maybe get the frag at a point when all the items are spawning so that you can get a big stack off of the eventual kill of your opponent. But Sev3n hasn't really even been able to do any plays like that. He has gone to Cypher low a few times like now, but look, there's the red. Up, spawns, boom, he's 100 armor again. Oh look, there's 25, there's a yellow. He's fine again, and at a point where Sev3n couldn't really easily attack into Cypher's position, even when he was kind of vulnerable. So Sev3n not really finding any spots, any good spots to fight on his terms. Cypher's always able to bring the fight on his terms, it seems.
I love it how sometimes you miss a jump and then actually end up catching your opponent because of that, which is what just happened for Cypher. But yeah, Cypher is just playing amazing.
Yeah, 7-7. I'm not sure. What would you say is Cypher's best map actually?
Impressive. I haven't played him that often. He's really good on Airwalk. That's one thing I can say. I don't think I've felt this chanceless against anybody on Airwalk as I felt against Cypher. It's because his damage output is so good. Whenever you show yourself, or whenever you don't even show yourself, he's gonna hit this cheeky rocket from half the map away or a rail with incredible consistency. Impressive.
Good rail work there from Cypher still. I mean, he's not really, you can really see he doesn't really care about his accuracy. He's just shooting rails. I mean, he's hitting 60%.
Oh, he shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. And he's still hitting so much. It's really, really good to see from him. It kind of shows us that perhaps he's going to be in good rockets, and he's in such a bad spot. Like, it's so hard to fight from that position on the rafters, because when the damage hits you, you kind of slide around. Yeah. You're kind of stuck there. You can't really dodge properly, and he still hits on mid-range, really perfect rockets.
Like his Mars movement is so relaxed, so fluent. Although one thing I was going to mention is that Cypher is probably the player against whom dealing this small amounts of damage until you finally get a frag works the worst. Because unlike some other players, Cypher is not somebody who keeps going to items. Like say if you were Sev3n and you played against Rafa and you dealt a lot of damage on Mega, Rafa might be somebody who would be inclined to keep trying to control the whole map and go to the red, contest for it. But Cypher oftentimes doesn't even go for the items in the first place. So he's fine just chilling somewhere until he's stacked up again. He's not somebody who will be very worried about being low, as long as he keeps getting these frags. He's somebody who you don't want to give frags to in the first place.
And this seems like a very convincing first map for Cypher, as perhaps he sets the tone that he's probably going to be today's favorite for that to make the final.
Yeah, for sure. He looks like the best player today. No question about it.
And Ash beat Geenan 2-0. So Geenan and also FACEIT beat Pavel 2-0. That's nice.
To hear.
Yeah, that's not expected necessarily. So good to see FACEIT doing a little bit better again.
Of course, I don't know if you still enforce the rule of having Pavel play on strictly European servers, not Swedish ones, because it's the same story as with Ash pretty much, with the exception that Pavel's ping on Sweden is
significantly
and
better.
Germany, is even worse. So, of course, you have to take the win from FACEIT with a grain of salt. Unless they played on a Swedish server. Impressive.
So what this game means is that Cypher, should he beat Sev3n, he'll go on to play against Agent. And the other semi-final will be FACEIT against Ash. So we can see basically potentially a Cypher Well, I was gonna say, I'm like giving the semi-final to Cypher already, and like, oh, Cypher's gonna be agent, no problem. But you know, there could be an interesting final, which Cypher will probably make. So let's say if he does, he'll be playing against either Backseam or Ash. You'd probably give it to Ash over Backseam, but we haven't really seen Backseam play.
I think it's completely even between the two.
All right,
I wouldn't give Ash an advantage.
So there you go. First map goes to Cypher as he 11-1-7, and that was very convincing. You can see him hitting pretty damn good percentages.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to look at the percentages. Percentages are always screwed, and we pretty much watched Cypher the whole game from his perspective. We don't need percentages. We saw he was amazing. He hit everything.
Yeah, and like it wasn't just. Yeah, as you say, it's just he hit everything. In the situations which were really bad for him, he hits everything. In situations which were good for him, he hits everything. It's
just
doesn't
a
really
small rant on the side. Like I always hated when casters like will look at the percentages and then try to like make a conclusion. Like, for example, like somebody will look at the percentage of the two players, at the LG percentages, and say, right, this guy is hitting better LG than this guy, despite having watched the whole game and having seen exactly that the other guy was actually out-aiming him.
Yep.
Like, it always fucks with my head a little bit.
Plus, not to mention the fact that a lot of these fights, let's say with rails, like if some guy's really good at rail accuracy, like the shots you hit are actually like hugely important, because there's a lot of rails that just don't do anything that connect, because like the guy was like basically takes an armor afterwards, so it has no impact later on, but he hit that shot. So it's like it is difficult.
That's another small thing, is that when you're getting frags, for example with LG, you're always going to have less accuracy than the guy who's conceding frags, just because you kind of you always fire a little bit longer after a fight takes place. So just like if you have the first fight and somebody wins but has like 41% LG and the other has 43, one was 41 will more often than not have actually hit more. Anyway, we're in the game.
Yeah. Cypher and Sev3n, this is match point for Cypher. And right now, he's doing an okay job keeping Sev3n at bay. He's not got the better spawn of the two. Sev3n definitely coming out ahead.
He looks so much better on this map than on T7, especially when we look at the start. He read Cypher incredibly well, was able to deal a lot of damage.
Oh wow, good damage from Cypher as well.
I don't know.
Staying in.
Wow, that last rocket.
Oh! Okay, Cypher, it could either be the Sev3n goes for the 50 or the 25s, and he predicted that he would go for the 50, giving him the 25s, and Cypher, that mystery does die. But Cypher sticking into like he was there until 10 HP, and he did so much damage.
I mean, the last rocket was really what gave him a chance. That was... I don't even know why Sev3n wasn't gone through the teleport at that point yet. That was a bit strange.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fine with Sev3n. Not only did he get a frag, he got every single item and read his face.
But he had to start against Guard as well, and within a minute or two, Guard switched it around.
I just hate seeing that. Just now, that was Sev3n's frag. He had grenades. He should have spammed grenades at the teleporter and then dropped down. Instead, he just let Cypher run away. And he's gonna have a frag less. It's never good to have a frag less.
No, especially not on this map. As Sev3n finds Cypher once again. He's got 200-200, hits a good shot, and he's going to finish the job. There it is. He does manage to do so. Cypher's very good out of control, though. And as we saw, he's very good with the damage output. That's what we got to look out for.
He's good out of control when he takes his opponent seriously. When he's playing Sev3n, it could very well be that he doesn't play like to his full strength, so he feels like he can just out-aim him, and he'll go for a lot more fights than he would against somebody else. And I mean, time will tell. Maybe he, at this point, realizes that Sev3n is nobody who you should take easily.
Yeah, he definitely needs to give respect to Sev3n. And there you go. This is Cypher.
Not enough. Sev3n is gonna get this back.
But that was really good though. I mean, it depends on what kind of play Cypher's going to go for. He can't do something like that and then not follow it up with aggression afterwards. And there is the aggression, but it's not on Cypher's terms. It's not really the fight that he wanted. He got caught out completely. So now, what Cypher did, I guess, kind of was pointless. Like you said, it's like it wasn't enough, and he didn't follow it up well.
And I'm unsure. I'm unsure if that was good from Sev3n or not, because I mean, he pretty much had the decision of getting a frag there or not.
Oh wow, those rockets.
Yeah, I think it was wrong. I think what he should have done is try to keep control for as long as possible. And I think what would have aided him in that regard is if he wouldn't have finished Cypher, the frag before, when like he took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But he also dealt a lot of damage, and he could have possibly left Cypher alive and just run away and collected all the items.
I guess you're right. I mean, it could be a really good way to kind of play against Cypher's mindset, where he lacks respect. Because as you say, like if he really does secure that control very well, then Cypher might just make the cocky mistake to kind of give a frag away later on as well.
Wow.
So Cypher, though, it's not how it went. He managed to secure control, and Cypher may be realizing, okay, I played around. Now it's time to be really serious.
I don't think he played around. He just Sev3n played incredibly well in the first minutes, but now the control switched, and this is where Cypher can just really show off his aim. Before he was just bullied by Sev3n pretty much. Now he has a lot more freedom of what he can do, and we're just seeing what happens then.
I love that grenade there for the spawn frag, but there he is, Sev3n getting caught very poorly there. That was a gift. That was a free frag. 3-4 now the score. As Cypher continues to harass Sev3n, great rail work, tying up the game, and already Cypher is showing us that you just have to give him control, and everything from that point onwards sorts itself out. And Sev3n, he's going to need to slow the game down massively. I don't think he can make an aggressive, like a series of aggressive plays against someone like Cypher. Cypher's damage output is just too good. So the damage traded is just never going to be good enough for Sev3n, I think. And again, getting caught out there. Sev3n going to go for that lightning gun, but no, denied by Cypher. Beautiful off the spawn. Cypher is just running the motions.
I mean, we did see Sev3n play against Guard, where he also was down a bunch of frags in a similar situation, and he has been able to make it back. And we've seen that when he had control, Cypher looked just as Sev3n is looking now, except that Cypher was at some point able to deal a little bit more damage, which then allowed him to take control back. But it's just gonna be, I think if there's one fight where Sev3n is able to deal more damage than Cypher and take him down once, we might just see a complete reversal, and we'll see what we had seen before.
Right,
the beginning of the game. And it's just one frag lead right now, and that was a lot of damage actually. There was a lot of damage, and Sev3n is very unfortunate with the spawn. Even if he goes for the red, he's gonna die, and he doesn't even go for it.
Yeah.
So if he got a better spawn, if he spawned at the plasma, for example, he might have evened out the stacks. But this way, he's gonna have 175 potentially if he gets the shards. But it's way less than he could have possibly had.
So Cypher's still holding strong, but Sev3n with 71 armor. Maybe can make a play here. Oh, actually catching Cypher with that railgun out. Cypher does take a lot of damage there. Sev3n going to stick around for the clutch shots. He does manage to do damage, but he just had not enough there. And Sev3n, I like the idea behind what he was doing. It was just a bit desperate. Like he saw Cypher came through the teleporter, and he had that escape option. If he wanted to at that point, he could have run away, but he's like, no, I'm going to engage Cypher, as Cypher's going to choose to shoot the rail before switching. And if Cypher misses that, that's a lot of damage.
This could be something. Cypher's kind of stuck. It was well to jump away though. Some players would have stayed on this red platform until the end, because they would have thought, oh wait, this gotta spawn, this gotta spawn. Ouch. Wise enough. And he keeps hitting these very difficult rails, just as Sev3n is going around the corner.
They're very punishing indeed. He's dealt a lot of damage with the railgun in this game. Almost 1,000 damage with the railgun dealt by Cypher. And he's only hit 11, 12 now. So Cypher definitely doing a very, very strong job here.
Cypher hurting himself a lot right now.
So this is quite a convincing victory. Sev3n struggling against Cypher. What would you say is, if Sev3n looks back at these games, what do you think is the main thing for him to take away from them?
Well, the main thing in this game, the main mistake he did, was when he had control that he lost it. And he can look back and see how he lost it. And probably see that just at one point he took one too many fights that he probably could have avoided. And that pretty much sealed the deal, because as soon as Cypher had control, there was no going back from it for Sev3n. Obviously, he also could have played better out of control, but to quantify that exactly, to know what you did wrong out of control, is a lot harder than, say, looking how you lost control in the first place.
So it seems that Cypher is probably going to be favored. Well, he's looking at Agent's shape today. The thing with Agent is that often his aim is really the kind of thing that brings him down. I remember actually there was a final not so long ago where we saw Cypher running through the tournament, and Cypher's shape looked absolutely insanely good. And then in the final that he played against Agent, and Agent actually somehow managed to bring his aim to a level we've never seen it before. Like Agent was hitting everything. And that's like doesn't usually happen. And he actually managed to beat Cypher, who's in super good shape, just because of that.
I actually missed that game, unfortunately. I didn't catch the bot either.
Yeah, and
I hope something like that happens today again, where Agent hits a lot of shots, because that would certainly be delightful to see.
yeah, it will make it very interesting, that's for certain. I hope he can do it. That would be a very good game. And that's who Cypher's going to play next. He has definitely won this against Sev3n, a quick 2-0, very convincing. Sev3n always able to get at least the semi-finals, but falling short against the true veterans right at the top level. And Sev3n definitely someone, though, to look out for in the next few months to make those improvements, to keep stepping it up. And it's really encouraging to see that we have a lot of players like that. You know, Brattler's another one. You know, you're someone who's definitely improving and starting to like getting there. You're getting there, breaking those ranks.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
No confidence? Come on.
It's just that to really get a lot better, and in a short period of time, you have to play a lot. And I think the least really have the opportunity and the motivation to do it. Like, for example, I don't think I play any more than, especially duel, than any of the pro duelers. And considering that I'm the one who has to catch up, I would have to play considerably more. And of course, Cypher and the Evil and so on, they're standing still. They're also getting better with every day, and Cypher is certainly getting better as well. Like, the rails he's hitting today.
Yeah, he's just standing there, just kind of like turret mode.
He's always been incredibly good, but I do believe he's also getting a little bit better as well.
It definitely is. It's apparent. It's a shame. Again, a shame we didn't see him at DreamHack, but I really think he's going to be a QuakeCon. Sorry, a shame we didn't see him at QuakeCon, but I really think he's going to be at DreamHack. And Cypher should be able to play against Rafa and Hang at DreamHack, because I'm hoping they will be there too. I'm hoping for Toxic and Strengths and Kilson and all the players we missed from QuakeCon on top of the ones we had at QuakeCon. So that'd be amazing. And throw in Evil, and we could have an insanely sick tournament. So definitely got to look forward to that in December. But there you go, Cypher gonna make earn his spot against Agent in the semi-final, and on the other semi-final we have Baxi and Ash. So we'll go to a break. When we come back, we'll have one of these semi-finals ready and waiting for you. So remember, spread the word, because the games are starting to get pretty high level. So see you after this.